everybody. How's everybody doing today? Let me roll up the window. It is 60 degrees. It is 60 degrees outside. I mean, just in an instant. I mean, until this morning, even though I went through from Louisiana through Dallas again, because I'm going back to Colorado, it was like freezing. Well, not as cold maybe as Indiana, but it was like 20 degrees or something. Very cold in all those places. And just until like this morning, and even this morning, when I woke up, it was cold. I was started driving north. I'm driving north from Dallas up through Amarillo, and I must be close to Oklahoma, but it's 60 degrees out here. It is warm and it feels good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, I am on my way, to somewhere in Colorado. I don't even remember the name because it's like just a flip, like a little dot in the middle of the mountains where I got to drop off this load, which, like I said the other day, is like these long poles. I wouldn't call them pipes. They're big poles. But anyways, drop them off tomorrow morning. I will sleep somewhere tonight in that area because I only have 3 more hours to get there. I mean, 3 more hours until I arrive there. And it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Got to look at it. Is your cup half full or is it half empty? That's right. Positive or negative. Got to choose positive, and that's what I'm going to do. But it's just so beautiful. This is one thing I do love about driving this truck. Like last night I showed you the red skies. And now just the beautiful plains where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard. I find myself singing that song a lot when I drive through these places, especially when I'm up around Montana and Idaho and all those areas. But yeah, you know, I was saying the other day, I'm not going to be defined. I think that's that pride stepping out. That's that pride talking to me. Oh, I'm not going to be defined as a truck driver, is what I was saying, because of all the things that I've done in my life, all the abilities that the Lord has given me over the last 40 years. I mean, I started out in the United States Navy, as some of you and maybe many of you may know. That's right, I was in the 7th Fleet, just a young whippersnapper coming out of high school. I mean, even in high school, I thought I was too big for my britches. You know, I thought I was too big. I thought I was a grown man. My dad was like, oh, so you think you're a man now? Woo, he put me in my place. I was like 17 years old, but I was still a child. And I was a child all the way until, well, we're all children, right? We are all children in God's eyes. You could be 80 years old and you're a child, because that's just how it works. That's how God made it. But anyways, we need to have wisdom, that's for sure, a little bit through our experiences in life. But I was in the Navy for a long time. Did real good in the Navy. I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed the camaraderie. Some of the best memories in my life are of the United States Navy and the ocean and being on ships. 3 different ships I was on. But yeah, after 10 years, I thought I knew better. Hear me out now. I thought I was like, okay, I'm already 31, somewhere around there. Time for me to get out of the Navy. Time for me to be a civilian. Oh, I looked at people that weren't.
Sharp curve right ahead.
And I didn't realize all that comes with the territory of becoming a civilian. Now, when you're a civilian right out of high school, it hits you hard unless you got parents to help you out. If you got parents that are going to help you out, I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a loving father. Yeah, I loved my real mom too, but she was gone from 10 years old when I was 10, so I'm not too sure about all of that. But anyway, I had a stepmom, and I loved her. But I loved my dad. My dad was the centerpiece. Oh, he sure was. My dad and my grandpa, they were the centerpiece. They didn't have much money, but they took care of all of us kids, you know. So, get back on point. Yeah, in the Navy was good. I loved the camaraderie. I loved, but I thought I was going to get out, so I got out of the Navy in Japan, and I got hit hard. But it's a good thing Japan is more like a democratic, socialized country where the it's totally different than the U.S. Even though it is a free democratic society. It's more groupthink over there, and they take care of you a little bit better than they do in America. but there are other downsides to that. So as you can imagine, there's trade-offs in life. There are trade-offs in everything you do, people, and you should know, and you do know that. I know you know. I know, I'm not patronizing you. You know that. There are trade-offs in everything that we do. So, but anyways, to get back to there, and it goes back. Is your cup half full or is it half empty? So no matter what you face each and every day, there's going to be a trade-off. How do you look at it? I tell you what, that brings up something just the other day, just 2 days ago when I had that problem with the flat tires. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to lay it out here. One of the problems with being a truck driver is you get a address to where you need to deliver. And you get there, 2-3 days later, however far it is, you get to the address, and it is not, it could be like in the middle of a cornfield, could be like, not, a lot of times I would say more than 50% of the time is not correct. That's where I depend on the dispatch, the broker that's handling that load, the receiver. What easier way? We should always have somebody at the receiver's telephone number. Or if you don't have the receiver's telephone number, you should be able to look up the receiving institution or place or whatever it is that you're delivering it to, and you should better look it up on Google and find the number. Well, this place is a temporary work yard or whatever you call it. It's a work site where they're building something, like a big building like the Google plant or whatever. It wasn't Google, but they just started on it, so it was all mud. And when I finally got there, that is, there's no telephone numbers. The dispatch didn't seem to know, which is really unsad. I just started this company, but anyway, it's okay. I'm not gonna harp on, dog anybody out. But the funniest, it wasn't funny at the time. Oh my God, the worst thing of it is, so I'm sitting there on the street. Stop, because I got a 100-foot trailer behind me. Actually, it's 80, but it's close to 100. But anyway, you can't turn around. I'm on a 2-lane, not like this. This is 2 lanes here and 2 lanes over there. Just a 2-lane road, both ways, coming both ways. 2-way, I should say. And they're telling me, you have arrived. I'm like, no, I see ollies over here. I don't see any place. Somebody said look for a crane. I don't see any cranes around me. So it just so happens that this guy in a flatbed pulls around me, stops about 50 yards in front of me. Okay, I was a bit stressed, but I kept my cool. Dude starts waving his hand. Now, I see this all the time in this business. Some people, they're too big for their britches. And they love the power, I guess. They think they're powerful or something. He gets out of his truck. I think he's going to come help me. Because he saw the load that I had. He saw the 45,000 pound concrete, like a big wall that I was carrying, like 80-something feet long. So he saw that when he came around me, so 2 + 2 says he's going to come back and help me. Why else would he stop if he didn't have an idea of what I needed? And I was like, thank God, that's good. But the first thing he does when he steps out of the truck, he starts running towards me, and he's waving his hand like, you're supposed to be back there, you're supposed to be back there. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's running up to me. And I'm looking at this dude like, and I'm not physically scared. Please don't get me wrong there. But man, don't disrespect me. See, that's just the thing I got to get used to. And that's something that the Lord has been trying to fix me a long time. You know how, it's hard to turn the other cheek. It is so hard. Especially when you're going through stress, you should just be calm. And I have seen people that are calm, and I really admire them. When somebody comes running up on you, disrespecting you, telling, what are you doing? Here's the first thing I did. It was just a spur of the moment, knee jerk. First thing that I did, pulled my phone out, started videoing him. And I looked at him and I said, who are you? I said, who are you? He said, no. I said, no. Who are you and who do you work for? No, man, I'm just trying to help you out. You ain't helping me. Who you trying to help with that kind of attitude? I had my eyes were furrowed. I wasn't yelling at him like screaming like a dummy, but the dude knew I was serious. And he looked at me in my eye. See, we're sitting outside my truck and I was in my truck. Some of these dudes have guns, shoot. But anyway, so he looked at me like, oh shoot, I talked to the wrong person. Damn right you did. Excuse my language. You can't be talking to me. You can't be running up on me, disrespecting me. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to find this place. I done drove 2 days at least to find this place. And I get here and I got this big long truck. So don't come running up. Oh, I'm just trying to help you. Okay, you trying to help me? Tell me where I can turn around. Oh, I don't know where. He says, I don't know. I'm like, and I hate to say this, but I'm not gonna say the actual word I said. I said, get the out of here. I said, get the out of here. Looked at him like I was gonna kill him, but I mean, he's bigger than me and everything, but I don't take that stuff. Don't run up on me like that. So that was, woo. But so, I mean, that was just, I had to find out where this place was. So I had to drive all the way back. I had to drive, because I looked at my GPS, I was like, all right, nobody seems to know where this place is. This is the problem, making good money in the trucking industry. You're gonna have dummies like this guy that ran up on my truck. You're gonna have people that disrespect you left and right. And it's a challenge, it's a learning lesson. The Lord needs you to be a certain way, David Cook. You can't be like that. Well, I didn't get out of the truck, and in my younger days, I might have jumped out of the truck and been like, So, no, I didn't do that. I looked at him, but he knew I was serious. And then I thought I was recording him, but when he left, I said, get the out of here. And he said, okay. And he started walking back up to his truck. And he was shaking his head like he was trying to help me. He ain't helping nobody with that attitude. And you don't know how I'm supposed to get out of here? So I looked at my phone and I pressed stop recording, and that's when it started recording. I was like, oh man. Well, at least he thought I was recording him. It don't really matter. I wasn't gonna do nothing with that recording anyways. I probably would have been embarrassed by it, but I wasn't yelling and screaming at him. But my voice was in control. My shit was serious. But so anyway, I had to look at my GPS. Like, okay, the only way to get back around, because he's pointing back there, and I don't see nothing back there, but he's pointing back there. So the only way for me to go back that way is to go all the way up to this highway 20, which is like 20 miles ahead of me, and then go all the way around like 75 miles round the way just to get back up there. That's the only way. That's the stressful thing about driving trucks, especially oversized loads. That's why I told him, if you give me an oversized load, you better be worth the money, because it ain't nothing but stressful if it ain't. And so I went all the way around, and then finally found the place. But since I came from the south instead of the north, there's almost no way to turn in there except going off in the grass, cutting off all the traffic. I mean, you got to imagine a 100-foot trailer behind me. Well, 85, 86, close to 100 feet. Well, including my front, including my cab, it is 100 feet. That's why I keep saying 100 feet. But anyways, that's when I clipped the curb. I went slow, but there was no way for me to squeeze that whole thing in there. I clipped the curb and the tire went pop. So one of the tires was salvageable, the back one. The front one wasn't. And the two rims were bent. $1,000 later. Of course, I didn't have to pay for that, but the owner of the truck wasn't too happy. But hey, it is what it is. Called him up right away, took pictures and everything, and I didn't apologize, because that in America that's like, oh, you're accepting guilt. That's how it is in the U.S. I mean, you people that don't know nothing about the U.S., don't know nothing but the U.S., don't know anything what I'm saying. You go to other cultures, it's total different ball game. Not that it's good or bad, because you got trade-offs wherever you go. You might have good things about the U.S., but then there's these other things where, oh, it's a toxic, litigious society where you see, lawyer billboards everywhere. Yeah, and you're from the U.S., you used to that. But when you're other countries, you don't see that. It ain't dog eat dog in a lot of countries, But anyway, yeah, it was a bad situation. But finally got the tires replaced, the bent rims fit, the new rims on there. $1,000 later. Hopefully we don't run into any situations like that. Because tomorrow, after I drop this load off, I go up to Wyoming again. Cheyenne, Wyoming, and pick up the same long load. But when I took the first load last week from Wyoming over to Milwaukee, I didn't have any problems. So hopefully it's the same thing. Yeah, so anyway, I just want to let you guys know it's a beautiful sunny day. It's a lovely day. Lovely day. Was that Bill Withers? Can't remember. But anyways, yeah, you know, it's all good. It's all good. We just out here chilling, you know. Today is the day, yes it is. We all be walking away. Yeah, there was a song my brother back in the boot camp in 1982. 1982, I was a squad leader in boot camp. And my brother, who was squad 3 squad leader, I was squad 2. He was my brother. He slept above me in the bunk above me. We hit it off real good. He was from Alabama. Yeah, he was a brother from Alabama. But, yeah, he told me, he said, what was that thing? Well, anyway, one song that he was like, he always sang to me, he said, you know this song? By the Bar-Kays or somebody. Today is the day we all be walking away. The time has come and we have no reason to stay. So don't look back on the happy times, but keep your head up high and look for the sky. I mean, that song always, that's the only part of the song that I remember. It always had meaning to me. It always had meaning. I don't really remember how the song goes, but I mean, I do know that part of it. Today is the day we'll all be walking away. The time has come. We have no reason to stay. That was the first thing. I became a man in boot camp. Straight out of high school, Northside High School, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Shout out. Straight out of Northside, Redskins back in the day. But yeah, I thought I was a man then. Then I joined the Navy, went off to boot camp, got my head shaved. Met my brother, can't think of his name now, but all of them good guys back then. All of them are good guys. You know, and he said, hey, you know this song? And I was like, okay, today's the day. And the day we graduated, yeah, today's the day. We'll all be walking away. The time has come. We have no reason to stay. So don't look back on the happy times. Just put your head up high and reach for the sky. That's a Bar-Kays song, I think. Today is the day. Yes, it is. Yeah, that was a good song. And there was another thing he said, when we used to march, he taught me some cadence for marching. Ain't that why? What's the word, Thunderbird? 40 twice. Ain't that nice? No, how's it go? What's the word, Thunderbird? Can't remember. 40 twice. Oh, I can't remember how it goes. That was, how long ago was that? 44 years ago when I was in boot camp. God has blessed me. 62-year-old David Allen Cook. Still a young man at heart and sort of in body. All right, peoples. I'll shout at you again tomorrow. Have a great Sunday.